Hello, welcome. Len here, Len's General Views. Just want to make a couple comments. Not sure if you guys remember way back in the day, I did a little feature on ISIS, and remember my old buddy Jihadi John. Well, I want to comment again on ISIS as things unfold, or let's stick with that is, or whatever they're going by right now. But I want to talk about all the young folk. All these young folk coming out and joining ISIS. But more importantly today, we're going to focus on those ISIS brides. Yes, what a gem that is. I'm going to take two parts in this. First of all, let's go back to the old Stinkies, if you remember. You know, the guys at ISIS fighting for the 72 virgins. Well, somehow, someway, we have these girls, 15, 16, 17 years old, that somehow feel that going over to ISIS and joining the Stinkies is going to be an improvement on the life they have now. Now, I followed a news story about these three young girls from, I think London, somewhere in the UK, that decided to go join ISIS or enter through Syria or whatever. And they did a little interview with one of the girls. They talked about two of them, 15, they've already married. They've each got their own private Stinky now. And they go off to fight in the desert. Can you imagine? But let's go back here. These girls one day, they're living in the UK. Probably going to McDonald's. Probably watching YouTube videos like this. Well, maybe not mine. Probably something like Justin Bieber or something. But they're watching a video, nonetheless. And then, one day, they're living in a tar hut, waiting for their Stinky to come home. But I have to ask you, how did they get there, people? How? How did these people get there? Now, first let's talk about it. Found out how they get to pick their husband. They end up seeing a catalog. Now, these guys that are out fighting, and they're fighting for the good, somehow they had time to pose for a picture in a catalog. This is kind of like Plenty of Fish for Stinkies. So these girls get to pick which guy they want. They're 15 years old. I'm pretty sure a year ago they weren't picking out their own clothes. Their mother probably was. And now they're picking out husbands. Oh, he's nice. I think he bathed in 2014. He's one of the clean ones. Let's go with him. He's got a really nice beard. Hopefully that beard allows pets, because there's something moving in there. But anyway, back to I digress. So these girls pick a guy out of a catalog. And then they marry him. 15 years old. Now that's smart. That proves our education system is working. Kids, you too, if you work really hard, you can get your own Stinky. I'd imagine your goal to be an ISIS bride. Jesus, I don't know what to say. But my point of this whole thing is, let's forget, we've talked about ISIS. I could talk about them all day long. They're a bunch of crazies. They'll get theirs. At the end of the day, when all the ISIS is done and they catch these ISIS guys, they'll be at home crying for their mama. But let's face it, they're cowards. People that behead people, they're cowards. But this today is about the little ISIS brides. So I want to ask you people, how bad are things at home when an upgrade is going to live in a tar hut, waiting for your Stinky to come home? He probably bathes once a year, shaves once every 2 years. And the only reason that he's in ISIS is because he was a social misfit in the rest of his life, and that's the only place he could go. Because again, remember, if you watch my previous videos, the virgin thing, the only virgins up there are each other. So let's face it, 15-year-old brides. The ISIS guys aren't just brutal people. They're pedophiles. So again, how did these girls decide this is a great upgrade? So today's message is for the families. Anyone that has children, anyone that has anybody, any kind of common sense. Talk to your children. Ask them, what do you think about this? Why would you think these ISIS stinkies are good? What makes them worthy of going and ruining your life? I'm pretty sure they don't go for the food. It's definitely not for the clothes. And they're not going for freedom, because they're now slaves. And let's face it, they're not coming back. They're not coming back alive anyway. We need to communicate, people. Let's communicate with our children. Let's remind them that it's okay to be pissed off. It's okay to be mad at your parents. It's okay to be mad at society. But speak up. Don't throw away your life and go fight for a bunch of people out there stinky, fighting in the sands, killing people for no reason. If the way these women are being treated by these ISIS men is an upgrade, the family life at home must have been something else. So my opinion is, people, we need to help our youth. We need to educate. We need to talk to them. Let's make them understand that stinkies is not the way of the world. Throughout history, people followed Charles Manson, Jimmy Jones, David Koresh, Adolf Hitler. Now we have ISIS. We're not learning. We have to understand. Our kids need to understand. People need to understand what's involved here. Their kids, when they leave, they're not going to a rave. They're not going to a party. It's not a Justin Bieber concert. They're heading to Stinkyville. All the clothes they used to love to wear are going to be replaced by a burqa. They're not allowed to talk to other people. They're not going to see Justin Bieber anymore. They're not going to see Magic Mike. They're not going to see Magic Mike 2. They're not going to see any of this stuff. At best, the only movie made there might be Stinky Goes to College, but it's the men, not the women. So again, for ISIS, bad, brutal people. Kids running off to join them, whether it's boys to fight, girls to become brides. There's something that isn't adding up, people. We got to find out what that is. Educate our children and make them know that there's more to life than sitting in the sand. Again, this is just Len's general views. I'm just one guy. My opinion may mean nothing. If you agree with me, thumbs up my video. If you disagree, thumb down my video. Subscribe to my channel. Watch the other things I got to offer. I approach it from many different types. I'm one guy with many different views. Many different types of personality. I'm trying to bring to all people. So follow. See what I have to say. Agree, disagree. Just become part of the conversation. For again, it's Len's General Views. Have a great day. And let's try to keep our families safe. Take care.